Currently 5 schools in the United States and Canada that are accredited. These schools include the Bastyr University in Washington State, Boucher Institute of Naturopathic Medicine in British Columbia, the Canadian College of Naturopathic Medicine in Ontario, the National College of Naturopathic Medicine in Oregon, the Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine in Arizona, and the University of Bridgeport in Connecticut. Now, when I talk about these particular schools being accredited, it means that the Council of Naturopathic Education is the accrediting agency behind them, and that is an accrediting agency that is backed by the Department of Education. That said, I want to talk about the curriculum a little bit. All students that enter any of these naturopathic colleges must first fulfill the prerequisites necessary to go to naturopathic medical school. These prerequisites are going to vary school by school, but typically they're going to have a pretty heavy emphasis on biology and chemistry, as well as needing some core classes like English and history. Within your first year at the school, or first and second year, you will complete basic sciences, and this will include anatomy, physiology, neuroanatomy, microbiology, pathology, I already said microbiology, biochemistry, etc. And at the end of those two years, you'll take what's called a basic science board exam. You must pass that in order to graduate. Your therapy classes are scattered throughout the curriculum. The first year is typically introduction classes. The second and third year are when you get a little bit more in-depth with those therapies. And then your third year, students typically enter the clinic. And for your third and fourth year, you're working in the clinic. The fourth year, more of a heavy emphasis, where you're not so much into the didactic classes, but you're put more into the clinic to gain more experience. And then just after graduation, you have to take what's called the clinical board exam. And in order to actually get your naturopathic license in a state, you need to pass your clinical board exam. So, graduation requirements, I want to talk about that a little bit. Again, those are going to vary school by school. Just an example, the Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine requires 313 credits of classroom and lab experience, 67 credits of clinical experience, 700 patient contacts. We also have to complete skill competencies. So we call them checkoffs, actually. And they range from anything from showing that you can find a remedy for like a homeopathic remedy, to you can create a botanical tincture, to you can perform physical manipulation, you can perform hydrotherapy. And you usually have to do this multiple times and show the professor or your attending physician multiple times that you are proficient in doing it. So there are schools out there that claim to be accredited. These schools, however, if you look at the accrediting agency, that particular accrediting agency is not backed by the Department of Education. There are actually quite a few schools that are doing this, and graduating what they call doctors of naturopathy or traditional naturopaths. These people can then go to unlicensed states in the United States and practice there, because nobody's regulating where they got their degree from. One of the more popular schools that is known for this is Clayton College, though I want to point out that there are many others that are doing this. At Clayton College, for example, though, their entire program are online courses, completely online correspondence. At graduation, their graduates will have had no patient contacts and will have no clinical experience. So based on this, I would like to urge people, if you are looking for a naturopathic doctor, to look into and research their background and find out where they went to school. And if they went to one of these schools, maybe think twice. At that point, it's up to you. And if you're okay with that, then that is completely your decision. But I just wanted people and society to be aware of the differences between the naturopathic doctors and the education. The current licensed states in the United States and Canada are Alaska, Arizona, British Columbia, California, District of Columbia, Hawaii, Idaho, Kansas, Maine, Manitoba, Minnesota, Montana, New Hampshire, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Oregon, Saskatchewan, Utah, Vermont, Washington, and the U.S. territories Puerto Rico, and U.S. Virgin Islands. So I think that there's a common misconception among society that if you're a naturopathic doctor, then therefore you're completely against conventional medicine. And as a profession in general, I don't think that that is actually true. I admit that myself, prior to coming to medical school, I was one of those that was adamantly against conventional medicine, and I thought that naturopathic medicine was the only way to go. But admittedly, upon learning more about medicine, I've learned that you really need both sides. You need conventional medicine and pharmaceuticals and surgeries and things like that just as much as you need naturopathic medicine and natural therapies and prevention and someone who will take in the whole person. I really think that there's an interesting integration that could occur because where one form of medicine lags, the other one excels. For example, conventional medicine doesn't really seem to be all that great at dealing with more chronic diseases or non-specific diseases and things like that. However, that's where naturopathic medicine comes in and does very, very well. At the same token, naturopathic medicine doesn't deal so much with emergency situations such as a heart attack, whereas, conventional medicine is excellent at that. The emergency department is fantastic at keeping people alive. So I think that really in our society, there should be an integration. I think that for the benefit of, a person's health and well-being in general, that's really where our medicine needs to go. Well, that concludes my presentation on naturopathic medicine. I hope that you found it educational, and I hope that you did not find it horribly, horribly boring. I know it's kind of a little bit dry. It's kind of hard to spice it up a little bit. I do thank you, however, for watching. If you want to learn more, there will be some websites at the end, and also on YouTube, next to the video, there's a little section for links, and those are links that are good if you are a potential patient, if you're a potential student, or if you're just somebody who wants to learn a little bit more about the medicine. So thank you again, and have a good day or night.